Today's film is an incredibly recent movie. In fact, it got a straight to DVD release here in the UK only last week, but I saw it and loved it so much that I had to talk about it, because this is easily one of my favourite films of the year, The Final Girls. The Final Girls is a horror comedy directed by Todd Strauss-Schulson, whose only other movie is A Harold and Kumar Christmas, which is also a really good movie in my opinion. The film is about a teenage girl called Max. Her mother Amanda is a struggling actress who is only known for her role in a 1986 slasher movie known as Camp Bloodbath. On the way home from an audition, Max and Amanda get into a car crash in which Amanda dies. 3 years later, on the anniversary of her mother's death, Duncan, Max's friend Gertie's stepbrother, convinces Max and her friends to all attend a screening of the Camp Bloodbath films where she'll be a special guest. During the film, the audience accidentally end up setting the cinema on fire. To get to safety, Max and her friends have to cut through the screen to get out. However, they all then wake up inside of the movie. They join the characters in the movie and ensure to try and make sure they keep Max, who will be the final girl in the movie because she's the only remaining virgin, alive long enough to fight back against the serial killer in the movie. This film is absolutely hilarious. I was laughing pretty much the whole way through. There isn't a single joke that doesn't hit. There are a lot of jokes through probably my 2 favourite characters in the film, Duncan and Kurt, played by Thomas Middleditch and Adam Devine. Duncan is the film geek who knows everything about the movie. He reminds me a bit of Randy from Scream, but much funnier. Sadly, he isn't in the film enough because he has some really great moments. The same goes with Kurt. Kurt is meant to be the butch guy in every slasher movie that all the girls love, but they basically make fun of that trope and give us Kurt, a guy who is incredibly awkward and may or may not be gay. Adam Devine does a great job of improvising many lines, and he gives a lot of natural yet awkward line deliveries in the film. The whole film parodies the tropes of slasher movies, but instead of being much more serious about them like in Scream, they go full on and point out the flaws in each trope. A lot of the film is made like a classic 80s slasher movie. It's obvious that they're going for a style of something like a Friday the 13th movie. The acting is cheesy and the film is very bright and colourful. The acting of the modern day people blends really well with the people in the movie. The direction in the film is just absolutely fantastic. There are some really great ideas in the movie too that keep the film funny and a lot of the times incredibly exciting. The film isn't scary, but it is a hell of a lot of fun, as were a lot of slasher movies from the 80s. I love how they played around with the being sucked into the movie idea. This allows for many visual jokes that are absolutely hilarious, but it's more than just the comedy in this movie that makes it good. The movie is also incredibly heartfelt. Max sees her mother's character in the film and becomes instantly attached to her. The two have some incredibly emotional scenes, and I was honestly close to tears during their final scene together towards the end of the film. The performances of the two are really great, and the dialogue does a really good job of pulling at your heartstrings. This really made the film much more special to me. A lot of other horror movies and horror comedies just stick to one tone. They never tried to go for multiple emotions throughout the film, and that's what made it more interesting and unique to me. Many other comedies will have emotional scenes. In fact, 90% of comedies have that section in the film where everything is going wrong for the character. But very few actually make you really emotional, and that is something that this film pulled off perfectly. Honestly, I only had one problem with the film, and that was that they didn't explain how the characters got into the film. This setup would have been better with an explanation. Is it a hallucination? Are they dead? We never find out, and I guess that's what annoyed me about the film, but that is such a tiny flaw that it's easy to ignore. All in all, this film is fantastic. It's hilarious, heartfelt, and incredibly exciting. The writing is full of really smart meta humor, and as a whole is a fantastic homage to 80s slasher movies. If you're a fan of slasher movies, this is absolutely a must watch. I give The Final Girls a 10 out of 10.